Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Team Gohan Fighter back with another video, and today I'm gonna do my RWBY Episode 5 review. This is the Menagerie episode, and this is for Volume 4, obviously, Season 4. Chapter 5 is what it's really called, but I mean, they're basically episodes. But let's get into it. So, this episode was basically about Blake and Sun Wukong. That's essentially what this episode pretty much focused on the entire time. Um, and so they just arrived basically off the boat into basically Blake's, home island. We pretty much find out, Blake's kind of second class, and that they have this island, and this is why they have it because like they're not good enough that they're considered second class citizens and stuff. And Wukong actually liked the island, but Blake explains why it's kind of terrible. Um, they make best with what they have. Um, and so there's that. And then they eventually, Blake eventually points out where she lives and where they're going, because it's like, where her house is. Her house is like the biggest house. And Blake's like, oh crap, basically, or Sun Wukong's basically like that, oh damn, you got that big thing. And so then we meet Blake's parents, her mom and her dad, and Sun Wukong kind of being Sun Wukong. Um, Sun Wukong's kind of like the comedic guy, um, you know, or tries to be at least, kind of like Sokka in Avatar: The Last Airbender, and he's seen a lot of puns, he jokes with and stuff. But so they kind of have little tea and they're talking and like Wukong kind of makes kind of stupid jokes that kind of are taken out of context, and the father doesn't like it, and then he kind of tries to recover from it by saying that the tea is great, and so the mother then is like, I like this guy. Um, Eventually the doorbell rings, and then they're confronted by two white fang uh, goons, and basically, Blake then confronts about it, about the stuff they did at Beacon, and then the father's like, "Is this true?" And he says, "Unfortunately, it is, but they allegedly say that it wasn't on them, that wasn't their call, you know." It's all Alice's fault, like the leader, man, like, like come on now, like you pretty much knew, or Alice, whatever his name is, it was all on him. So that was pretty much their cover story, and they explained it, and they'd be like, "Oh, I would like to hear details in the coming days," and stuff like that. And so eventually the conversation ends, and then you hear when they're like walking back, it's like they talk about it, like, oh, that they pretty much did know, and that they are all in on it. But yeah, that was kind of their cover story. So I mean, the story is kind of flowing in a little bit better. Um, and then after that, Sun Wukong kind of, has his little joke pun, and then, the father looks at him and is just like, I don't like you. Um, so yeah, that's where that goes, and then at the end of the episode, we pretty much see a scene where this like, I guess, maid, essentially, she's like cleaning up the, floor or whatever, and then you see this guy, and he looks all evil and stuff, and he just like asks where he can find someone, and then just does like an evil laugh, and then I swear he was trying to do some type of Joker type shit, evil type laugh, which is really kind of weird. But yeah, Yeah, it was a pretty interesting episode. Not really that much going on. This really much was just kind of flow the plot through. Uh, I always say that I'm pretty disappointed with, like, the short to it. I wish they could make these episodes a little longer, or kind of put the episodes together a little more and make the episodes longer. I think the episodes are way too short sometimes, and sometimes they're longer, but then sometimes they're shorter. You know, they really have inconsistency problems with that. Sometimes the animation's too short. Sometimes episodes are too short. Sometimes episodes are too or sometimes episodes are longer, which is a better thing. Um, but this kind of was just getting, I guess more of the plot going. By interacting with Blake and Sun. I do believe Sun and Blake, based on the theme song, they're, all together and stuff. I think there's going to be some type of significant part that goes in there. Blake, you know, saying to his mom earlier on, he kind of just followed me. Sun, at a point, hugged Blake. I think there's going to be some significant part going on with Blake and Sun Wukong, and I do believe eventually they will be like a thing. It does feel like there's a good storytelling between the two. When Sun Wukong was first introduced, Blake blushed at Sun Wukong. So I think there is going to be some more development involved with the two characters, which I think is pretty good. I think this is a better direction for the story. Because I thought this is what they were going for when they first introduced Sun Wukong, and that's kind of where I think they're going. Um, Not trying to just people that like Ruby and Yang, but unfortunately, Ruby and Yang really wasn't a proven ship. It was more people just wanting them to be. I think the thing with Blake and Yang being a ship is that people wanted that to be a ship because they're on Team Ruby. Like, people want Weiss and Ruby to be together, Weiss is into boys. She's never gonna be with Ruby like that. Like they're kind of like a love hate type friendship, which we see a lot in stuff. But you're never going to see those two together. I think a lot of people just think they're going to be together because they're teammates. That's what I think it is. Like, I don't think people look at it as a legitimate ship. I think think it's going to be a ship because of teammate. Not everyone, but I think that's what has made that's what I think has made the ship so big as it is right now. I don't, is that, it's because they're Team Ruby. So because they're partners, they're supposed to be together. That makes no sense. It makes no storyline sense whatsoever. People that college dorm together, are the same sex and they don't like love each other that way. They're high school students, but they're still dorming together just like college kids would do, like in real life. Makes no sense. Um, the Sun Wukong and Blake have a legitimate type build up relationship going, which makes more sense than Blake and Yang does. Blake and Yang are good friends. That does not mean they are actually lovers, which they aren't. Um, like I said, I really feel that people are taken out of context because of the fact that they're teammates. So because of that, they have to be together because they're teammates, and that's not true at all. Um, it's the same with Weiss and Ruby. Like, Weiss likes boys, not girls. Like no, like it's been clearly shown like throughout the whole show that she wants a boyfriend. Like, I mean, come on. Um, so yeah. One thing I take away from this episode really is that I'm kind of upset that they really kind of are not getting into Ruby, because I felt like after the last episode they were going to try and do something more with that. I'm assuming we're going to get into more of Ruby's team right now in the next episode, But I was expecting that to be in this episode, but they kind of went a different direction for that. But it's based on what happened at the end there. Pretty sure that we're getting more into Ruby because I think, well, Ruby is the main character of the show. Like the whole story is behind more of Ruby. Blake, Yang, and Weiss still have a significant part in the show. They are main featured characters, but they're not the story is around Ruby more than it is about anyone else. Like that is where everything is all coming about. Ruby's special ability that she learned, all the stuff that's coming around with Ruby. It's all around Ruby. It's all around Ruby. Like Ruby is the main character. There's only, people say, oh, there's multiple main characters in a story. No, there's one main character. There's always been one main character. Just like how in wrestling, there's always one main event. You know how they'll build it. Oh, there's three main events or two main events. There's one main event, and it's whatever comes up on the last on the card. Whoever comes out on the last on the card, that's the true main event. It's the same thing with animes and cartoons and stuff like that. There's one main character. There's one main character. There's always one main character. All right. There are other characters that have significant roles that are important to the plot, but that doesn't mean they're the main characters. Ruby's the main character. And believe me, it's happened. Yeah, Yang's my favorite character in the whole show. Um, so, but the story's around Ruby. And we're gonna find more about it because now all the villains are gonna be going after Ruby, because she's got the power. So I'm looking forward to what they plan on doing in the upcoming episodes for that, and where her team right now is going to go and what they're, really basically planning out, what they're gonna do. Um, but in terms of everything else right now, I thought this was a pretty good episode, but kind of really upset with the shortness and the laid backness to the episode. Not really much going on, just kind of, explaining stuff that, kind of getting a little bit more of what Blake's perspective, on her family and stuff like that, and telling them basically about the White Fang, and that's basically all it was. A little more, a little here and there interaction with Sun Wukong, which is pretty good, but that's pretty much it. So far, we haven't really had that much overall action, so I'm hoping that at some point we're gonna get some more action, kind of get the plot more going on. But right now, it's pretty good. Okay episode. Not really the best, not what I was kind of expecting, but it's kind of okay. So that's pretty much all I gotta say. That's pretty much my review on this. If you like this video, if you like this video or any of my other reviews, please subscribe, comment, rate, all that good stuff. And also, again, I have to stress this in my rules for these RWBY reviews. I'm going to wait to watch the episode until it comes on YouTube. So when I do these reviews, they will come on when it's public. When it is officially public, that's, to everyone else to see on YouTube, that's when I will watch it and do my review, because I don't have sponsorships or whatever, to watch it early and all that stuff. So that's when I will do that. So I can't stress that anymore. Please do not post spoilers in the comment sections or, in previous reviews that I've done, about, oh, have you seen it yet? If the review is not up, I'm either watching it or I'm delayed or something's happening where it's delayed or something like that, But I will get to it when it comes out on Saturday. So just please be respectful about that, guys. And that's about it, guys. That's really all I gotta say. Again, pretty much as I said, comment, rate. If you like this video and my videos, please subscribe. Check out my other reviews too. There's a playlist that this will be added to my playlist as well. And that's about it, guys. I am a Teen Gohan Fighter, and I'm out of here. Peace.